Alright, so we all know that the Orlando Magic selected Jett Howard and Anthony Black, and I'm pretty sure that most Orlando Magic fans have done their due diligence in analysing what their basic skill set is. In this vid today, I'm going to be specifying, I'm going to be singling in on Jett Howard, and I'm going to be explaining how his skill set is getting very underrated and how his game has a lot more layers than you guys would have otherwise expected. But before I get into that, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff there. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. So as a disclaimer, I would have loved to add videos and clips, but that's been getting copyrighted lately, so you're just going to have to deal with my boring voice. Oh no. But I will say one thing. Jett Howard is a guy who can create a shot from beyond the arc in a multitude of ways. Like, he's such a creative shot creator. If that makes sense, it makes sense, you know what I'm trying to say. And as a whole, I feel like his splits, there's a lot more context that needs to be required. So obviously you're looking at 14 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 41% from the field and 36.8% from 3. Now, you're looking at the splits, you're thinking, that's not impressive, but context to be applied. Jett did suffer 2 ankle injuries on his left ankle and right ankle, and he was sidelined for a bit of time, and even when he returned, you could tell he was still in discomfort, he wasn't comfortable, and overall just couldn't regain his groove. Before these injuries, his numbers were closer to 15 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists on 45% shooting and 41% from 3, which is damn impressive on over 7 attempts per game. So it's a thing where context has to be applied. And I assume with a full off-season, getting ready for the NBA, acclimated to the NBA speed, and overall his ankle getting more healthy, even if it's healthy and there's like nothing wrong with him, regaining the strength in his ankles and his confidence. I'm sure we'll get back to that Jett Howard we first saw when he stepped into the University of Michigan earlier this year. Well, last year in 2022, but this year, if you know what I'm trying to say. But it's a thing where he can create a shot in a variety of ways. He's quite nimble. He has a very underrated handle. He can create a shot in a lot of ways. And overall likes to hit a couple step back J's. Well, the thing about him as well is that we know that from 3, I feel like it's quite well documented as a good shooter. But what else can he do? There's been times where he gets knocked off the 3-point line and he can hit his middies. He shoots 42% from mid-range. It's a thing where I would like him to improve his game going to the basket. Not that he can't attack the rim, but I feel like finishing through contact is definitely an area of improvement for Jett Howard. It's also a thing where on off the dribble, moving twos, he shoots 53%. So I can definitely see him developing more of a pull-up mid-range game, which, you know, quite a few guys in the Orlando Magic have, you know, Markel Force, like, you know, that little Jimbo Hezzy pull-up, whatever the hell you call it. But getting back on track, I definitely feel like Jett Howard's a guy who can become a 3-level scorer if he improves his game to the rim. But at this point right now, his level and ability of shot creating and shooting from 3 and getting to the mid-range is damn impressive because, you know, comparing to other shooters in the draft, you know, I know a lot of guys were in love with Grady Dick. I wanted to potentially see him in the Orlando Magic jersey. But the thing about Jett is that I can comfortably say he's actually a shot creator. See, when you see percentages, you gotta actually watch the player play, because there's a difference when a standstill 3-point shooter in the corner, like a PJ Tucker shooting 45%, I'm just using Tucker as an example, then a guy like Jett Howard who's taking step back threes, he's creating his shots, hitting a couple combos, going behind the screen, pulling up, relocating, hitting relocation threes. Because I'm telling you right now, if you play basketball, relocation threes aren't easy because you're likely out of breath and you're shooting off balance. So they're probably the most toughest kind of shots to make, but Jett Howard does them on a frequent basis. So this guy's actually a sniper, and on top of that, his shot creation ability is something which attracts me to him as a prospect more than other guys, in the sense that that sounded crazy, but you know I'm trying to say relax. But what I'm trying to say is that, oh my flipping gosh, I can't be asked to cut this video. What I'm trying to say is that Jett as a whole can create his own shot, which is more of a thing where I'd rather have a guy who can create his own, come off screens, shoot off the ball, relocate off the ball, because it gives him more avenues to be using the offense, versus a guy who can maybe come off screens, shoot, but can't really create for his own. It puts you in a situation where you're kind of limited, versus Jett not only is more usable in certain scenarios, I feel like his upside is also tremendous, because we know he has his lapses defensively, but it's a thing with Jett where if he continues to polish his abilities as a shot creator, tidy up some of his shot IQ, because at times, I can't lie, Brody be taking some crazy tough shots from three, but that's part of what makes him such a good player for this Magic team. But if he sometimes balances when to not and when to take those shots, Jett's going to become a really good player in this league and overall fit in the bill for exactly what the Magic need. So again, if I was able to add clips, I'd break it down and make it so much easier, but I ain't trying to get hit with a copyright. I ain't doing that no more. I can't even lie to you, man. But it's a thing where if you're going to gather anything from this video, I'd say, look, instead of looking at Jett's percentage and thinking there's other guys who are potentially better shooters, look at his highlights if you can't be bothered to watch full games, because I'm a big guy of if you want to learn about a player, watch a full game, not highlights. Jett takes crazy tough shots. His movement without the ball is second to none. His ability to relocate from one side to another and get open is very impressive. He can shoot on the move. He can shoot from standstill situations. He can, if he gets run off the 3.9, pull up on a dime from mid-range. So it's a guy who has a lot of upside and can turn into a full-blown scorer. And if I'm thinking of a prototype of player which is hardest to find nowadays, if you get a scorer or a wing who can score from all three levels, that is a valuable asset in today's NBA, and I feel like that's exactly what the front office were thinking with this pick. And overall, I feel like Jett can he can seriously help this team in a multitude of ways. But that's all I really got for this video today. I can't lie, I was stuttering bears, I was talking out my ass. But you know what? If you guys enjoyed this video, thank you so much. This is a messy one, but I'm still going to upload it anyway. I can't even lie, I don't care. But that's just my unfiltered opinions about Jett Howard. I feel like he can help this Magic team in quite a few ways. The basic ones being shot creation, three-point shooting, and movement to get open. Relocating is very key. But that's all I really got for this video today. You know, I feel like he'll fit very well with the Orlando Magic currently, because as the roster is currently constructed, the only knockdown shooters in air quotes would probably be Jett, Caleb Houston if he's going to get PT, but not really many, and Gary Harris are throwing there. So hopefully Jett develops the way everyone wants him to and becomes a very key piece in the Orlando Magic's push to become a playoff team. But that's all I got for this video today. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'm out. Peace. That was such an unorganized, all over the place video, but you know what? I'm uploading it anyway.